Hello, my mathematicians. Today we are looking at Module 1, Lesson 3, which is all about using a pattern to multiply by multiples of 10, 100, and 1000. Hopefully by the end of this lesson, you'll be able to use mental math to find the product of any two numbers that have one non-zero digit and are multiples of 10, 100, or 1000. So it says step it out. 60 students participate in a jump-a-thon, and each student jumps rope 400 times. What is the total number of jumps? So first starts by asking us what multiplication equation models the total number of jumps. Well, we have 60 students and they're jumping roping 400 times, so it is going to be 600 or 60 times 400. And it's asking for equations, so we need to have an equal sign. So I'm going to say equal j. And then it says complete the multiplication fact. So 6 times 4. Well, 6 times 4 is 24. So then it says, use the fact to complete the pattern. We have 6 times 40, which we have 6 times 4 is 24. And then times 10 to the first power, which means we're adding 1 0, so we have 240. Then it's a 6 times 400, so we do 6 times 4, which again is 24. And then times 10 to the second power, and so that means we have 2 zeros. So we have 2,400. So next it says to do 60 times 400. So they're breaking it apart even more, doing 6 times 10 times 4 times 10 to the second power, and 6 times 4 times 10 times 10 to the second power. So it gives us 6 times 4, which is 24, times 10 to the third power, which means we have 3 zeros. So 24,000. So that means that the total number of jumps is 24,000 jumps. Then, if we look at the next page, it says 50 students each jump rope 2,000 times during a jump-a-thon. What multiplication equation models the number of jumps completed by the 50 students? Well, there are 50 students and they're each jumping at 2,000 times, so we're going to do 50 times 2,000, and we're going to do equals j again. So it says complete the multiplication fact and find the pattern. Well, 5 times 2 equals 10. And then we have 5 times 20. We do 5 times 2, which is 10. And then you add a 0 on, so we get 100. Next, we have 5 times 2, or 5 times 200. And 5 times 2 is 10. Times 10 to the second power. We're adding 2 zeros. So then we have 5 times 2,000. We do 5 times 2, which is 10. Times 10 to the third power, so then we get 3. So then we have 50 times 2,000. It's going to be 5 times 2. We get 10. Times 10 to the fourth power, so we add 4 zeros, giving us 100,000. So then it says, how many jumps were completed by these students? Well, there were 100,000 jumps. So that's all for this lesson. Remember to keep thinking about questions that you might have for when we go over it. Hopefully you're now able to use mental math to find the product of any two numbers that have one non-zero digit and are multiples of 10, 100, or 1,000. And remember, in order to be a math person, all you have to do is be a person and do math.